there are 3 crucial professional job search tips, and I'm here with the expert, Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Maddie. It's great to be here with you again.
It's always so lovely to have you and to talk about topics that are a little bit challenging and people might not know. So let's talk about these 3 tips that are so crucial when searching for a job. What is the first one?
Well, first of all, let's talk about professionals because most of them have never been taught how to strategically navigate a job search. And many of them revert back to their teen days when they've completed applications to go to work for the grocery store or a lumber yard or wherever. And they filled out the application. Eventually they got an interview and a job and they went, I guess that works. Today it's a little bit more difficult because today you have to more strategically create a focused, targeted approach to stand out in that competitive world that we're in. So my first tip, identify your ideal job. Because if you do that, now you can really focus not only on the companies that you want to go after, they can be in your industry, they can be people who have told you about them, but figure out what it is within those companies that you exactly want to do.
And then how do you pick the companies that you want to target?
First of all, you can always go after companies who are competitors to your current company. The federal government has loosened the requirements for it's made it tighter to have a contract where you cannot work for a competitor. So you're being allowed to work for people who are direct competitors of your company as long as you don't share IP with them. Number 2 is, who are the emerging companies in your industry? Those companies can be really great, especially if they're a mature startup and they've gained some traction and they're looking at possibly an IPO 2-3 years from now. You might be able to get some stock options from them, and that can be very lucrative. And then, what companies do your family and friends recommend that you talk to? Maybe they work there, maybe they know somebody else that works there and they really like it, so talk to them too.
And then, of course, your resume is so important when applying for a job, and you and I have had many discussions about the importance of it. How do you structure your resume?
First of all, look at the job description that the company has out on their job board, hopefully on their website. And then when you look at that, look at the language they're using. In other words, some people might be known as software engineers, where in another company they may be known as a software developer, for instance. So use those words that apply to that company in your resume, and use the same descriptive words throughout your resume that the company uses, and I call that speaking the company's language.
And how much average time does a company look at someone's resume for those specific buzzwords?
Well, first of all, they don't. I hate to say this. Technology looks at it, and if you don't have those exact same words, and here's how bad it is. It has to be spelled exactly. So if you're using past tense in your resume and they use present tense in their job description, you're going to be screened out. It's dumb. They call it AI, but it's dumb-eye. And so it's important to use their exact words, and you have to do it 88% of the time in your resume, or they won't look at your resume.
Now, you always have a plethora of tips to share. Do you have any more to share with us?
Maddie, next month we have 3 more very important tips. One of them is networking. Another is the interviewing tips. I'm an expert with both of those. And then finally, the one that I'm really an expert at, because I'm the one who typically negotiates compensation with candidates, are salary negotiation tips.
And then, of course, you have a great book out that will help everyone who's looking for a job. So can you tell us about Expect Success?
You know, Expect Success, the science of the over 50 career search, and I have had a wonderful year. We're really excited. And this is a QR code. Let me get it straight for you. It's hard to do this on television. Get it. So get your phone out and scan this code, and it'll take you to the 5-star review by Joe Wasinski. And in it, he said, you don't have to be 50. I was several years ago looking for a new job, and all of these points apply to me too, and I'm a lot younger. So it's important to get the right positioning for yourself, get your head on straight, because you go through the stages of grieving, and get out there and start talking to people, because here's what happens when you're not out there talking. They begin to forget about you, and then pretty soon you disappear.
Oh no.
From their view. So get out there and talk to people, and this is the season to do it. This is the end of the year. This is a great time to get out there and meet people and talk to them about your experience and your skills.
Bill, we want to thank you so much for giving us all this wonderful information. Now, if people are looking to find your website, where can they find it?
It's easy. It's RecruiterGuy.com. And if you want to have a conversation with me about career coaching, there's a red banner that says Speak with Bill. Just click on that banner, and at your convenience, find a time that works for you that's open on my calendar. Click on that, fill out the information, and we'll have a nice conversation. And I have somebody who found me that way, and they're on my calendar, so I'm looking forward to having a conversation this afternoon with them.
Bill, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and giving us all this wonderful information. You always have a wealth of knowledge to share, and we're very grateful to hear it all.
Thank you, Maddie. It's fun for me to be here, because this is a great way for me to get out to people and help them.
It's great networking, isn't it?
It is.
Make sure that you check out RecruiterGuy.com. That way you can get on Bill's books. That way you can get all of this wonderful information and either find the perfect candidate or find the perfect job for you as the perfect candidate. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.